After a billion-dollar hailstorm hits an area, your focus should be on running your business, not on insurance claims. We have helped streamline the insurance process for hundreds of roofing contractors across the US, and we can do it for yours too. Visit us online at c3adjusters.com and learn how we can help save you time and get claims paid faster.
Happy Thursday afternoon, everybody. I'm lead meteorologist John Choquette for our daily 12 p.m. hail forecast here on Hail Trace, sponsored by the C3 Group. Check them out in the description below to find out more details for what C3 Group has to offer. If you do, check them out. Say Hail Trace sent you. Anyway, going into, make sure you have your videos. You can check out the videos on the app. Make sure you have the app, especially if it's your first time viewing. I know a lot of you guys are repeat viewers, pretty daily viewers. I see you there, Jack, saying blame John since about February. And press that lightning bolt and it'll bring up the video in the lower right hand corner of your screen. It's the YouTube stream. So you're not able to make any comments on it, but you're able to check it out, at least listen to it whilst you are working. And even if it's not live, you can watch the most recent broadcast. So this broadcast right now will repeat all day until 12 p.m. tomorrow. And you can, if you want to watch the video in full screen, go ahead, rotate, hit full screen, and click on there. Set notifications for the app if you have not already. Hit notification options and your notification settings on your desktop computer on your Hail Trace account. Go ahead, click on 1, 2, or 3 different ways you can get those push notifications, whether it's on your app, on your email, or on your desktop computer. And you can customize that to cities, states, entire country, and combination of a whole bunch of them, so you can really focus it in on your own business needs. Here is your forecast for today. I'm going to step out of the way. I'm standing a little bit in the way. There's 2 different areas we're looking at. One, North Dakota, honestly, is not that big of a deal. 1 or 2 storms may form North Dakota late this evening after about 8 or 9 o'clock. Only about 2% chance of seeing anything out of that. $250 size hail. However, most of you guys are probably focused in on Missouri here, and probably my really crappy Ozark reference. I just started watching that show, so the fact that I saw stuff in the Ozarks, I figured I'll make a reference to that. But anyway, I have 10% chance for Kansas City. Talk about a little bit more about that. 2% chance St. Louis, 10% in Davenport, 2% for Des Moines. The main focus, we're probably going to be here in the purple, where we get up to some 3-inch hail is possible. I think there's a couple waves of storms happening. There's a wave of storms happening right now. It's producing some quarter-size hail, up to some 80-mile-per-hour winds in Noster, I think is what it's called, Missouri. I was just mapping that a little bit ago with some quarter-size hail. That first wave is going to move through, and unfortunately, I think that first wave is going to move through St. Louis and kind of kill their hail chances for later on this afternoon when there's better dynamics. So I had at a higher percentage of St. Louis a little bit earlier, and I brought it down to 2% in time for the video. But I brought up Kansas City. The storm that moved through has pushed an outflow boundary out. Maybe give storms later on this afternoon something to latch on to in the Kansas City area. So do those hail dances, cross those fingers. Hopefully we can get a storm to move through to drop some pretty big hail. Any storms that really get going today, especially in Missouri and eastern Kansas, could drop some really big hail, especially if they can latch onto a boundary and really stay isolated for a while. Best chance of that is going to be, again, over by Davenport as well. I think storms are going to form this afternoon. Once all this rain moves out, we're going to have storms form behind it, just to the east of Des Moines, most likely. And occasional, isolated storm or 2 could form across the rest of central Kansas. Got that 2% for Dodge City, Garden City area. But for the most part, the main focus today is in Missouri and possibly in the Kansas City region. Again, we haven't had a big storm there yet this year, so we'll have to see what happens. The most recent HRRR model, and it does show, so Kansas City is going to be right about there. And we have, let it reload here, we see storms form, and they're pretty close. One forms close by, another one forms off to the east, or off to the west of the city. So we could see some storms form. Again, possibly multiple rounds of storms as well. So we'll be watching this very carefully. Obviously, if anything does go up, we will go live. And also, I can't discount Davenport's right here. And model's been pretty consistent, showing some storms blowing through there as well. We've had quite the dry spell recently, so we'll see if we can actually get any kind of big time hail move through. It'd be nice to get a 3-star map for once. I know you guys just like us, are probably getting kind of antsy and wanting some more activity to happen and not just hoping that we get a big hurricane or something later on this year. So that's what we're looking at for today. Going ahead towards tomorrow, didn't have an animation on that one, but looks like we could see some storms. This has been a setup that started out as almost nothing and has slowly been looking better and better as we have continued to move towards the week. It looks like this started out as almost no hail risk, and now we're looking at maybe up to some 2-inch hail possible, even down towards Nashville and Louisville and south of Indianapolis, areas that haven't really seen too much this year. It's the same system that is going to be impacting the area today. It's this big upper level trough that has unseasonably dug a little further to the south than usual, and with all this heat and instability, we could see some pretty good storms. The biggest question, of course, for tomorrow is, will storms stay isolated and produce large hail across some much needed cities to be impacted, or is it going to be more of a line of storms along the cold front that really kind of kills any hail risk? Right now, I think I'm leaning towards up to the north in Indiana, probably a line, but to the south, maybe some isolated storms. I'll show you guys what the NAM model is showing. You see those isolated storms forming. That goes right over Nashville, so that'd be kind of exciting for some folks. But you see that line of storms, and then other stuff redevelops, and that is what we're going to be paying attention to tomorrow. So we could have quite a bit of activity over the next 48 hours. Some areas that haven't had much activity this year are at risk. No guarantees, of course, but it is something to look forward to. July is typically one of those months where things really start to quiet down, but you do get some storms that usually are more surprises, just 1 or 2 events over the course of the month that do occur. Is there anything else down the pipeline? Well, look at that 5-day for you guys, sponsored by C3 Group. Again, today and tomorrow, 10% chance. God, this is the first time I've had double digits here on my 3-star chance in over a week. Could have up to some 3-inch hail, like I mentioned. Moderate population with Kansas City and all those areas at risk. Friday, right now, 5% chance of 3-star map or better. This could go up, could go down. We'll see how things pan out for the rest of the day. Oh, man, my clicker just died. I just dropped my clicker, guys, but that's fine. We got 2-inch hail possible, moderate population with Nashville and Louisville at risk. Saturday, chances do kind of go down a little bit. 2% chance of a 3-star map or better. It moves to the east, moves into the Carolinas, but it looks not impressive. So probably only about ping pong ball size hail risk. And along with the fact that once you get a little deeper into the southeast, it's hard to get bigger hail this time of year. There isn't as much cold air available to work with in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Moving forward to Sunday, I think Sunday is going to be pretty quiet. Low hail risk overall across the country. I think only a chance, a couple storms drop some quarter-sized hail, only 1% chance for storms. And then for Monday, I think the risk then shifts over back towards Minnesota. So a moderate population right now, Minneapolis is in there, up to some golf ball size hail. 2% chance right now, only 5 days out. It's kind of hard to get a little more focused in on that. And again, Friday, for example, the beginning of the week, I said almost nothing, and then things have kind of progressed in a positive direction, at least right now, for Friday. So we'll see what happens as we get towards Monday as well. All right, guys. Now, at that look-ahead map for Saturday, here in the lower corner, you see across Charlotte and into far western sections of Virginia, and even going down a little bit. I know it's a little hard to see in northern sections of South Carolina. That's what we're looking at for Saturday. Going into Sunday, low hail risk across the country. I think there will be storms, but they'll be in kind of scattered about, maybe 1 or 2 storms here or there. Most likely, I think Saturday's going to be pretty quiet, at least right now. Sunday, And then Monday, the area of concern shifts back up to across the Minneapolis area, just all the way down to just north of Omaha. It's going to be another cold front moving through, so we'll see if it's a line of storms or if it's more isolated. Right now, too early to tell. Just know that there's a chance of storms in this area on Monday as of right now. Moving forward, that's all I got for you guys today. Of course, if any large storms do happen across Kansas City or any other major metropolitan area, we'll be back for live continuous coverage. So make sure you follow us on Facebook and hit see first, especially if you miss a notification saying, hey, we're live, you're busy, you're not paying attention. Yeah, I know my phone gets a ton of notifications every day. Sometimes I even miss our own notifications. But so if you hit see first, you go on Facebook, and you'll just see it pops right at the top of the news feed, whether it's the recorded live feed or it's a currently ongoing live feed. So that way you don't miss anything like that when you follow us on Facebook. Kind of bypasses Facebook's weird algorithm. Give us a call, email us, or visit our website for any comments, questions, or concerns you may have, or further inquiries about HailTrace and what we have to offer. You go on hailtrace.com, message us on intercom, lower right hand corner of your screen. It sends out a message to everyone on staff. So when it's after hours, over the weekend, that's the easiest way to get a hold of us. We have a great rest of your day, everybody. Hopefully we'll see you again later on today. Do those hail dances, and maybe I'll come back for some live coverage. And if not, I'll see you again tomorrow, 12 p.m. for our Friday hail forecast here on HailTrace. Have a great rest of your Thursday, everyone. I'll see you again tomorrow.